Now been exactly a year since Khan removed his ankle monitor and then went on the run after his initial sentencing for $500 million worth of fraud and Social Security schemes. Court was originally scheduled for early this morning, but according to reports, the U.S. Marshals were not able to deliver Khan to Lexington until around 1 p.m. Khan pleaded guilty to 3 new charges related to his escape, and he will now receive 15 years on top of the 12 that he received last summer. Multiple adjustments have been made to the Kentucky River Foothills Berea bus service to better connect customers to areas they want to visit. One of the foremost changes noted by the nonprofit is that the bus will now be on a 90-minute loop. Previous riders had noted that there were not enough stops at exit 77, so the service will now extend another half hour to accommodate more stops along this area. Some of the added stops are to the Berea White House Clinic, the shops and restaurants near Walmart, Ridgewood Apartments, and others. College students can grab a ride for only 50 cents with an ID, and all others ride for $1, but discounts are available if you buy 10 or more passes at a time. Children 8 and under still ride for free. Today, fellow jailers and friends gathered at the funeral of 47-year-old David Scott, the Montgomery County jailer who was shot and killed at his home late last month. The neighbor of Scott and his wife, who had also been shot but only received injuries, was 51-year-old Frances Zaire, and she has now been charged with murder for the shootings. She is also facing charges of attempted murder and burglary, of which she had entered a not guilty plea for in court. Other counties pitched in to fill the staffing gaps at the Montgomery County Jail during the services today. The Kentucky National Guard activated 5 soldiers deployed to New Mexico in support of the Department of Homeland Security's border security mission. These service members will provide support for aviation management on the border. For more stories such as these, be sure to visit Richmond's very own WBONTV.com. I'm Marissa Hempel.
Today on the Wallingford Sports Show, we have got a lot to celebrate. We've got a 14th region champion, an 11th region champion, and you know what? The Cleveland Cavaliers beat my Celtics, but they're down 0-2 in the NBA Finals. We've got a lot to talk about, folks. Don't go anywhere. We are about to come back live on the...
This is a special sports presentation of the Wallingford Broadcasting Company.
Sports fans, it's time. It's time for the Wallingford Sports Show. Coming to you live from the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Studios and on Y92.5, V99.3, and 103.5 WKXO. Presented by Vapor Sticks and brought to you by King Brothers Used Cars, Hansel's Clothing, Patrick O'Neill, Attorney at Law, and Josh Barrett and Associates. And now, here are your hosts, Michael Watkins and Samantha Burford.
Sports Show. There is no Samantha Burford today. She is freezing in Alaska, and I am burning up here in Kentucky. We are burning up because we have a lot to be happy about. We have got in studio with us the 14th region champions, the Estill County Lady Engineers. Ladies, welcome in. We have got Kaylee Covey, who was the MVP of the tournament, and I believe just announced today the 14th Region Player of the Year. Is that right? Mm-hmm. So pretty big deal. Pretty big deal. You're a senior. We got the 4 seniors here. We got Kaylee Covey, Sarah Wiseman, Lindsay Isford, Lindsay Wood, and the coach of the 11th time, or is it 11-time 14th Region, or it's 11-time Region champs?
11 Region, 10 in the 14th.
10 in the 14th Region. Okay, there you go. So you're kind of slacking, Cheryl. Really, only 10 in the 14th Region? We can do better than that. Well, let's jump into things. Let's get Kaylee on here and the MVP of the 14th Region. Kaylee, I know you're a little bit nervous, but just take a deep breath. We're good to go here. Let's talk about the tournament as a whole. 36 strikeouts? I mean, was that kind of just you're going in, you're knowing that the teams are kind of know what to expect from you? You threw 36 strikeouts. How does that feel going? And now that you look back on it, how does that feel?
Feels pretty good.
Yeah. Well, were you nervous at any point during the tournament?
I knew I had to get the job done, but if the batters hit, I knew I could trust my defense. So to try to get the job done and win regions and go back to state one last time.
There you go. Well, now you all lost last year in the first round. I want to ask all these girls kind of the same thing. How did that propel you all to win the region this year?
I guess it made us have a better drive to win more because they took something that we wanted back. So we wanted to win, and we wanted to go back to state.
Now, you've been playing with these girls for quite some time. I mean, you and Sarah have been pitcher-catcher going back to way back when. Yes, it's middle school. So I guess, does it mean more for you all to do this together?
Yeah, these have been my softball sisters since Kiwanis League.
that's a long time ago, yeah.
Mostly since middle school. But, yes, we've been tied. We started out with a few more, but we're the last 4, and these are the best sisters I could have for softball. So.
See, that's sweet. Now let's bring on Sarah. Now Sarah's a little more outgoing. I've got to know her over the last couple of years. Sarah, going up against Perry County Central, it seemed like you all have faced a different team in the regional championship game pretty much every year. Mm-hmm. But Perry County Central, what did you know about them going into the championship game?
Well, watching them throughout the tournament, they hit a couple balls over the fence, but I wasn't really worried because we had good pitching and good defense. And if you put the ball in play, I don't think they were going to make a play.
Now, you and Kaylee have been doing the pitcher-catcher thing for a while together. Is it come a time where you just you just let her do her thing and you catch it? I mean, does it ever happen that way? I know Coach Wood kind of relays the pitching signals to you all now, but as far as you and her go, do you have just that twin telepathy thing pretty much because you've been playing together for so long?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Honestly, we do. It's like one mind.
Yeah, well, that's good. That comes in handy, though, because you know what she's thinking. She knows what you're thinking, right?
Yeah.
Now, I've got to ask you, what in the world was going on when you was – I'm not even going to say that was a slide. That was a stumble going into second base there in the championship game.
No, I don't. I was just put on a show.
Well, you did. That's how I was. Listen, you can ask anybody that watched me play basketball. I might have scored 2 points, but everybody knew I was out there because I did something stupid or ran my mouth. I did whatever happened during the when I played basketball. So, going to state tournament once again. What does that mean for you as a senior? Once again, playing in the state tournament.
Means a lot because. I went the first 2 years of my high school career, and going with these girls means even more. And just ending it there is great. Hopefully winning it all. But
how did you feel after the loss last year? Did that add some extra motivation?
It did. It just felt like something was missing, which it was, but made us have more drive, work harder in the preseason and throughout the season to get that, especially with these girls because we wanted it so bad. And when we played at home.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all hosting, they kind of had a little bit more to deal with it, too, I think, because you guys are more comfortable at home. Obviously, the crowd, a little bit easier to get to there, so I think that kind of had an added effect as well. Let's bring in the queen, homecoming queen and prom queen. Pull that mic a little closer to you there, Lindsay. You didn't really have the experience that these other girls had. This is for you, first year really getting out there, getting the added playing time. But you stepped up big. You had some really big hits in the regional tournament, district tournament as well. And there were times this year where I said your name wrong, but you let me know about it. But you had a really big impact on this team. When your number was called, what did Coach Beard tell you before the season?
It was just, she expected me to go out here and play right field like my sisters had because that's where they always played. And I had a lot to live up to, and she said just play your ball like you know how to. So that's what I've pretty much done this season.
Well, playing with these girls, you're familiar with them. You all grew up playing together. How does it feel to do this with these girls?
Oh, it feels amazing because, like we all have said, we've been doing this since Kiwanis, and this has been our main goal is to get back to state, especially after our loss last year. And it's just a really humbling experience, especially to be back at state.
Now, do you have any superstitions or anything that you do before the game? Do you sit there with your crown on and just tell the peasants to bring you food or anything before the game? Do you do that?
No, I always have my hair braided the exact same way. But
before every game? That's pretty cool. See, I can't braid my hair. Yeah, I can almost not even wear these. It messes my hair up. So, well, going into the state tournament, what are you all looking forward to most of getting back down there to Owensboro?
Hopefully we're looking for a win, especially in the first game because our first game was Bull County, and we lost to them once this year, but that shouldn't discourage us. We just go out there and play our ball like we know how to.
We know what to expect this way because you played them before this year, and you know about their pitcher. She was a former lady engineer. So does that kind of give you all maybe a little bit of an advantage because you at least know what to expect from them?
Oh, yeah. We kind of know her pitching, and especially since we've seen it once this year.
Well, let's bring in the daughter of the Hall of Famer and one of my good buddies, Danny Wood. We'll bring in Lindsay and talk to her. Lindsay, for you, having your dad over there and knowing kind of what he is, does that add any kind of pressure to you?
Yes.
Well, knowing Danny like I do, I feel like he's a perfectionist. Would you say that? Would you agree?
I would agree with you totally. Yeah. I have had my share of butt chewing after games.
Well, I wonder if do you think he practices with William on the way to ball games as far as the chewings go? Do they sit there and yell at each other?
I think William and Danny, could be Estill County sports' next hottest couple. I don't think they're fighting too much. Okay.
So there's nothing but love, right?
Nothing but love.
Okay. Well, let's talk about you out there on the field. You know, you are the leadoff batter. You got to set the tone for the team. As far as being the leadoff batter, and obviously defensively too, second base is a very important position. What kind of goes into your mindset before each game?
Well, this year especially, I've tried to have nothing at all go through my mind.
Just kind of be free,
because,
right?
Yeah, like, I don't know. In the past, I'd sort of hyped myself up before games, and I've found that really the best way to get on is, I say to myself, this pitcher, she's terrible. I've got this. I'm going to hit it over the fence. I say that to myself whether it's true or not before I go up to the plate every time, and that helps.
One thing, well, you're talking about, kind of freeing your mind. That's how I feel. Nothing ever goes on up here. So you kind of know how I feel. One thing that I wanted to ask you, too, you guys have been together for quite some time. You are the 4 seniors, but you have a lot of inexperienced and young players on the team as well. During the season, was there a moment where maybe you've pulled Kaylee Riddle aside or the 8th grader Mia Hale who really came on toward the end of the season? Did you kind of take that upon yourself to maybe talk to some of those younger players?
Yes. I love Mia Hale. She's a baller, and I call her that every game. I say, you're a baller. But the reason she's such a baller is because she's so willing and ready to take instruction, and she's played the middle infield with me, and I've coached her up on defensive plays, and so is my dad, and I now don't even think about it. I know Mia's going to be exactly where she needs to be at every spot, and I couldn't be more proud of the underclassmen. They've really stepped up.
One thing that you all reminded me of was last year on the baseball side, you had Tanner Crow, who was a shortstop, and then the 8th grader Camden Powell. So you're all in middle infield this year. Kind of reminded me of that where, we knew about the talent that Camden Powell has, same for Mia Hill, but you got to have that experience with Tanner last year, with you this year to kind of help get them in the right spots and in the right moments. And, it's none bigger than playing in a district championship or a regional championship. And you could kind of tell that as Mia came along through it toward the end of the year, her poise got a little bit better, and she was a lot better at the plate.
Yeah, she's cool as a cucumber.
That's important, too, for an 8th grader, right?
Yeah, she's impressive.
Let's bring Coach Beard in. We'll talk to her and kind of get her thoughts before we let you all. I know y'all have practice today to kind of get ready for Friday or for Thursday. Coach, 10 regional championships, and I think you all won the last year that you were in the other region before you came over, correct?
Right.
Do you ever just get tired of winning? I'm sure it doesn't happen. I'm a Patriots fan. I never get tired of them winning. But as a coach and being a part of it and kind of going through the same thing every year, do you ever just feel like, here we go again?
Never. That's our goal from the beginning of practice, is to make it to the state tournament.
This team this year, you knew how last year ended for them. Could you tell as soon as that game was over that they were going to be ready this year?
Yes, and as soon as we had conditioning, everybody was on board, and they were encouraging each other, and you pretty well knew. And, things happen you can't control and stuff, but we were trying to control this. As
the season went on, you saw, some of your younger players step up and make big plays for you. Just talk about the season as a whole. Obviously, kind of an up and down season, kind of a roller coaster ride, but going into the district tournament, it felt like you all were ready to step up and play your best ball. Were you at any point during the season kind of thinking, well, we've got to have some players step up, or were you kind of confident throughout the entire year that this team could get it done?
Well, since we play such a hard schedule,
yes,
that's how I like for them to see that they're not the best, and that that there's people that that we're going to get beat. Because if you want to play down, if I played down the 14th region, we could win.
Yeah, every game.
Yeah, so
it's good to challenge yourself.
I want them to be, and we learn from every game, and as long as we learn from every game, then that's what's important.
One of those games was a loss to Boyle County. Do you kind of pretty much will you go back and watch that game, or will you just kind of look at the stats, know what they did, and kind of just talk to your team about it, or will you, as a team, kind of watch that game and go back over it?
Well, Danny does all our stats,
okay,
so he's got it down, and he actually went and scouted them when they were playing East Jessamine the other day.
Well, speaking of Danny, he just joined your staff, 3 years ago?
Yes.
When you brought him in, did you know what to expect? I mean, we know about his baseball prowess and just the mind of Danny Wood. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer for good reason. The guy has a sports mind. I mean, you just pick him apart and hear some of the stories. But did you know what to expect from him, or has there been moments throughout the time he's been with you that you were just blown away by some of the things that he was able to kind of point out for these girls?
He knows more about softball than anybody I know.
Wow. That's pretty impressive.
He does, but he has a temper.
I've seen it from him, yeah. I'm sure Lindsay can attest to that for sure.
Yeah.
Well, as you prepare for Boyle County, kind of give us a rundown of how this week will look for you and the girls.
Okay, well, we'll practice today at 7, and we're going to practice again, and we're going to hit off the pitching machine to get quicker, because, you go from slow to fast, and that kind of hurts us. But then we're going to go down on Wednesday about 1 o'clock, and we've got a routine that we eat at Cheddar's there in Elizabethtown.
Okay.
Then we go
I love some Cheddar's. I'm going to come down there and eat with y'all. Will Danny pay? Probably not.
Boosters might pay.
Okay, well, that'll work then. All right.
Then we'll go to the room, and then we have a practice time on Thursday, and then we'll come back to the room and rest, and we play at 7. But I think probably the team plays before us, maybe at 5.
Okay. Well, you've been there so many times. Now, do you kind of, for some teams, and even when you look back at the regional championship for the basketball team this year, it felt like they had reached the top of the mountain. You didn't really know what to expect when you got to Rupp Arena, and kind of the atmosphere might have been a little bit, not too much to handle, but a little bit overcoming.
Right.
For you all, you've been there before, so does that kind of, I think, play into an advantage for you all?
Well, it's an advantage for us to get everything together. I know what I need to do on everything, but some of the players on the team haven't played at a state tournament before.
Well, Coach, I know you all are getting ready. Got a big practice tonight, so we'll let you get out of here, get these girls ready, and I want to wish you all good luck. We are going to be carrying the games on WIRV. Not sure who yet will be doing the games, but that's still kind of a work in progress. But good luck to you. Look forward to covering you all, and hopefully we can bring home a win.
Okay, we're hoping so, too.
That is the Estill County Lady Engineers, the 14th region champs, and congratulations to them once again. Kaylee Covey named the MVP, and all these girls, tremendous job throughout the year of stepping up during crucial moments for Coach Shirley Beard and Danny Wood. We'll step aside for a commercial break. When we come back, we'll have an interview with the head coach of the 11th region champions, the Madison Central Indians, knocking off Scott County last night, and we'll crown our King Brothers Used Cars Players of the Week. Don't go anywhere, folks. Right back on the Wallingford Sports Show.
Madison County is home to the very first vapor store in the state of Kentucky, Vapor Sticks. They sell premium e-liquid from all across the United States. Quality is their guarantee, and they have it. They carry all new products from salt nicotine to the newest and greatest hardware. Vapor Sticks prides themselves on customer service and having low prices. They will price match any vapor store in the state. Never let the fear of starting something new stop you from coming down to Vapor Sticks. They cater to everyone from new users to the veterans. Visit them at 114 Big Hill Avenue or check them out on Facebook. Also, don't forget about their convenient drive-thru. Remember, gifts from Vapor Sticks makes the perfect gift for those loved ones who want to stop smoking for their New Year's resolution.
At King Brothers Used Cars in Winchester, you don't have to worry about the hassles of dealing with an aggressive salesman. They strive to make you feel comfortable and help you find the car you're looking for at the best price possible. Stop by today and get your key and drive off in a new-to-you vehicle from King Brothers Used Cars on West Lexington Avenue in Winchester, or stop by their Facebook page for updates and their website, kingbrotherscars.com, to check out their inventory. King Brothers Used Cars, family-owned and time-tested since 1966.
Honchels in Irvin is your year-round stop for Carhartt, Izod, Lee jeans, and boots. Prepare yourself for hunting season with a huge selection of Carhartt bibs, coats, and other hunting gear. Don't forget about the selection of hunting and work boots from Wolverine, Justin, Rocky, and more. As always, Honchels carries all the latest in Kentucky and Estill Engineer apparel and Skechers and K-Swiss for the little ones. Same great staff, same great personalized service. Honchels on the Richmond Road in Irvin.
Hey guys, it's Josh Barrett here with Josh Barrett & Associates, Keller Williams Greater Lexington. I want to invite you to tune in to our new show on Y92.5 on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 10:30, hosted by me, Josh Barrett, with the Wallingford Broadcasting Studio. The show's called Project Positivity, based around positive living, positive aspects in people's lives, and the great things that My Richmond has to offer. It's a show for all of us, and I think we're really going to enjoy it. Check us out and tune in. Thank you so much.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Okay, I checked out this Chevy Tahoe from Jack Burford Chevrolet. Nice. What? Ooh, this is nice. Nice Tahoe. Ooh, watch this. It even has a backup camera. Sweet. Ooh, no hands. Nice. What? You want a truck? You want a Chevy?
Well, welcome back into the Wallingford Sports Show presented by Vapor Sticks on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond, and we are coming at you live from the Jack Burford Chevrolet Studios. As far as our friends over at Vapor Sticks go, this week they have Zen Vapors on sale for 35% off. This juice has a wide variety of flavors from sweet desserts to tasty fruits. They also don't use any sweeteners, so they won't gunk up your coils so fast. A little under a month away on June 30th, they'll be having a cloud competition where they will judge for the longest and densest cloud. All vapors are welcome, and there'll be tons of fun to watch and partake in. You can come check it out. They want you to know that it's time to throw away the cigarettes and start living healthier and save money. You can come on by and enter for a chance to win 4 tickets to an upcoming Cincinnati Reds game. Our plan was today to be over there at Vapor Sticks, but because we had so many guests on the show today, we decided it would be a little bit easier to do the show here. And our friends over at Vapor Sticks will be giving away 4 tickets to an upcoming Reds game next week. All you have to do is go over and register. It doesn't cost you anything to sign up. You fill out the slip, you put it in, and we'll draw up a winner next week over at Vapor Sticks at 114 Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. If you can't make it in, you can always shop on their website at vaporsticks.net and get free shipping on any order over $15. Now, no Samantha today, but I am joined by a guy that knows his horses. That is Randy O'Neill. And Randy, welcome in, my man.
How are you, Michael?
Well, it's been a busy weekend for me. I went from a bachelor party this weekend to doing 2 regional championship games and then the show today. So it's been a very busy weekend, but glad to have you on to talk a little bit of horse racing with us. A big event coming up this Saturday, the Belmont Stakes, right?
Right, and we have one chasing the Triple Crown.
Exactly, a pretty big deal. Now, I saw on the thing that somebody was talking about that they don't really expect the Triple Crown to come true. But I mean, what do you think? I mean, what are the odds right now? Have they released them yet?
It'll end up being probably even money, close to even money by the time it goes off. But obviously, Belmont Park thinks there's going to be a Triple Crown winner. They've already been practicing the ceremony. They've got the placards and everything already printed up for Justify. So we'll see how that pans out for him, but hopefully they don't jinx him. That's my concern.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's like the media curse. You know, when you're doing a ball game, if somebody's perfect at the free throw line, I try not to say that. If I'm doing a baseball game, somebody's got a no hitter, I try to stay away from mentioning that. It's just kind of the media jinx is what it's been called. So that could happen if they're already kind of planning toward it. But Justified's been so good in these first 2 races. Someone
posted, I think it was on Saturday, they posted the photo of them putting up these placards. They had Affirmed, and they had American Pharaoh, and then Justify, and they had, obviously it was a ceremony they were practicing. Yeah. So that's kind of scary, but I think Justify's chances are excellent though in the Belmont. He's really not. I don't think he's going to have anyone that's going to be able to stick with him and really press the pace. I'm sure someone will try. Good Magic really pressed the pace and the Preakness, and I think kind of wore him down a little bit, which allowed Bravazzo to make a little run at him in the end. And this is a longer race. It's going 1.5 miles. Yeah. So if you have someone pressing the pace the whole way like Good Magic did in the Preakness, that'll be a problem for you, I think. But I don't think any of these horses can really press the pace. I think Justify will probably run his own race. And then there's probably some long shots that that are you have a lot of closers in this race.
Yeah.
But still, you have to have a tired horse for a closer to be effective. I think Hoffberg that actually finished second in the Florida Derby. He came down. I mean, he was in like last place, came flying down and almost closed in and beat Audible in the Florida Derby. And I think you've got some horses like that may give him a kind of a scare at the end. But I think he's probably going to be able to really be the pace setter probably throughout the race. You may have there's a horse called Just Whistle that actually beat Blended Citizens, one of the horses that's going to be running in the Belmont.
Yeah.
Just Whistle beat Blended Citizen in the Peter Pan at Keeneland, and that's a horse that can come off the pace. But it's just the thing that really sets up in Justify's favor is I think he's really going to be able to just run his race and not really be pressed. I'm sure somebody's going to try to throw a horse up, but I just don't think there's a horse that if you run a horse that's not supposed to be a pace setter, that doesn't press the pace, if you try to put him up there and press it, you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
Because that's just not going to work out for you in a race like this against a horse like Justify. So I think every horse wants to run their own race, and these horses that run off the lead, which almost every horse in this field does. You have Noble Indy may try to get up there, but I don't think any of these horses can really hang with Justify on the pace.
How many horses will be in this race?
There'll be at least 10. The post draw will not actually be until tomorrow, so we'll know exactly how many's in and exactly where everyone stands in post position wise, and that'll make a big difference because you had some horses like Vino Rosso that drew like 19th in the Derby, and that just absolutely, especially on a slop track like that, just killed a shot. And so another horse that I think really kind of got a bad break in the Derby was Hoffberg, because he got out of the gate terrible, he was bumped coming out the gate, and then he never really got it back together until he came down the stretch, and then he came back, and I think he finished 7th in the Derby and made a little bit of a run, which was kind of impressive because that horse is a closer, and I think he may make a good showing. So, but then you've also got you're going to have Gronkowski will be back for the Belmont. As far as I know, he had some virus that they didn't ship him over for the Derby. And you got Jose Ortiz riding him, and he's just actually switched trainers to Chad Brown, which is interesting.
Okay.
So, that of course, I'll be a big fan favorite.
Good little interest story there.
In the New England area, and Patriots fans, so it may draw some kind of other sports fans into the frail. So, and then you've got Free Drop Billy was a big time favorite. Everyone liked Free Drop Billy back late into the summer last year, and then actually going into the winter of 2017, and then he just kind of fell off. So there's some big name horses in this race, and Noble Indy's one of those horses, but Windstar is part owner, who also owns Justify. That's one of Justify's many owners. They're wearing the China Racing Club silks for the Belmont.
Okay.
And I saw someone posted, they said if they wear one owner's silks every time that they run, he'll be running until like 2020.
Well, so as far as Justified goes, what do you think will have to happen for him not to win the race?
I think you're going to have him have some horse just press the pace that really doesn't have a chance, probably. That's just going to get up and try to absolutely run a race of a lifetime and try to press the pace as hard as he can. And then you'll have a closer like Hoffberg or Just Whistle, one of those, or Just Whistle may be one of the horses they try to put up there on the lead with him and press the pace. But you'll have some closer come in, though, I think, and then kind of steal it away. I think that's the only way this sets up against Justify is if some, and who knows, there's a lot of deals that get made in horse races, and somebody may be making deals.
Yeah.
And who knows, and anyone wants their horse to have a shot. So in the instructions to the jockey may be, give it everything he's got. If he dies out at the clubhouse turn, so be it. Just give him everything he's got. And I don't see really a horse in this field that's its running style, but that doesn't mean some jockey's not going to get that instruction.
Yeah.
So it's really kind of hard to tell. Bravazzo has Luis Saez riding, and that's something I could potentially see him doing. because he set back off the pace behind Good Magic and the Preakness. But I could see him maybe pressing the pace and getting some of those instructions that just give him everything you've got. And then if that happens, I think that sets up for one of these closers to really come in, because you've just got a field full of closers. They'll sit back and just pick you off.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an interesting race, but I think he outclasses every horse in the race tremendously.
Kind of a man amongst boys, right?
Right. It's just a matter of how they game that, though. Because there's a lot of things that can happen in a horse race, but I mean, I'm sold on him now after watching him run the slop at the Derby, and then the conditions at Preakness weren't ideal, and I mean, he was really pressed by Good Magic in the Preakness.
What did the weather look like for the Belmont?
I think it's supposed to be a nice day for the Belmont as of right now. Last time I looked on WeatherBug, so I don't know exactly how.
You going to this one?
No.
Got to work.
No, I'm staying home for
there you
this
go.
one, so.
Yeah. Well, give us your prediction. You got a prediction for us?
Well, I think Justified wins the Triple Crown. So far, there's only been one trainer that's won 2 Triple Crowns, and that was they call him Sonny Jim Fitzsimmons, and that was back in 1930.
That's an awesome name.
1930 and 1935. And Bob Baffert has an absolute excellent chance to do that. He won, of course, 2015 with American Pharoah, and I really think we're due. If you look at these Triple Crown winners, they come in lumps. Like in the 70s, I think there was 3 or 4 in the 70s, and there's only been 12 so far overall.
Yeah.
In 99 runnings of the Triple Crown that's complete, you've only had 12 overall, and they always seem to kind of come in groups. So I think we may be due to have another trainer win his second in Bob Baffert.
Well, if you've got all those Triple Crown winners, I know 12 is not a ton, but I mean it's still pretty impressive for someone to do that. How do you decide, for just an average horse fan, who is the best horse that you've ever seen? Is there a way to kind of do that looking back through the history books, or?
Of course, American Pharoah's I watched him, of course, win the Grand Slam, winning the Breeders' Cup. And in my lifetime, that's the best horse I've ever seen run, which probably is most people that's watching horse races my age, because, of course, I didn't see a firmed run. But I'm sure there's, it probably depends on the era that you're watching it.
Yeah.
But in my lifetime, American Pharoah, of course, is the greatest horse I've seen run. California Chrome's probably a second, the way he came back and ran in the later years. So.
Well, my man, I appreciate your input. I mean, obviously, when it comes to this stuff, you outlapped me by about 15 times. So I appreciate you coming in and giving us your expertise. So we've got Justified, the prediction to win a Triple Crown, be the 13th in the history.
It would be the 13th if he wins it, pulls it off.
That'd be pretty cool for another one, and be the second time in, 3 or 4 years? So even more impressive to kind of, as you said, kind of have them lumped together. So
second in 3 years. Last was 2015 with American Pharoah.
There we go, guys. It's the Belmont Stakes. What is it, at 6 o'clock, around 6:30?
It'd be like 6:37's post time, so somewhere around there. I think coverage switches over to NBC probably around 4 o'clock. Probably be over by about 7. So.
Okay. Well, there you go, guys, and we will say thank you to Randy O'Neill for coming on and giving us his expertise about the Belmont Stakes. What a Triple Crown would mean. It would be pretty cool, again, to see it for the second time in 3 or 4 years, and congratulations to all the folks that are involved in that. Hopefully they can go down there and get it done. It will be a pretty impressive feat once again. I want to say thank you to Randy O'Neill for coming in. We are live on the Wallingford Sports Show, presented by Vapor Sticks on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Coming at you live inside the Jack Burford Chevrolet Studios. When we come back, the head coach of the Madison Central Indians, I talked to him earlier today. That's Steve Roof. Got his input on the big win for the Indians yesterday over Scott County. We'll hear from him, and we'll also crown our King Brothers Used Cars Players of the Week when we come back. Don't go anywhere, folks. You are listening and watching the Wallingford Sports Show.
Madison County is home to the very first vapor store in the state of Kentucky, Vapor Sticks. They sell premium e-liquid from all across the United States. Quality is their guarantee, and they have it. They carry all new products from salt nicotine to the newest and greatest hardware. Vapor Sticks prides themselves on customer service and having low prices. They will price match any vapor store in the state. Never let the fear of starting something new stop you from coming down to Vapor Sticks. They cater to everyone from new users to the veterans. Visit them at 114 Big Hill Avenue or check them out on Facebook. Also, don't forget about their convenient drive-through. Remember, gifts from Vapor Sticks makes the perfect gift for those loved ones who want to stop smoking for their New Year's resolution.
Okay, I checked out this Chevy Tahoe from Jack Burford Chevrolet. Nice. What? Ooh, this is nice. Nice Tahoe. Ooh, what's this? Even has a backup camera. Sweet. Ooh, no hands. Nice. What? You want a truck? You want a Chevy?
Honchels in Irvin is your year-round stop for Carhartt, Izod, Lee jeans, and boots. Prepare yourself for hunting season with a huge selection of Carhartt bibs, coats, and other hunting gear. Don't forget about the selection of hunting and work boots from Wolverine, Justin, Rocky, and more. As always, Honchels carries all the latest in Kentucky and Estill Engineer apparel and Skechers and K-Swiss for the little ones. Same great staff, same great personalized service. Honchels on the Richmond Road in Irvin.
Hey guys, it's Josh Barrett here with Josh Barrett & Associates, Keller Williams Greater Lexington. I want to invite you to tune in to our new show on Y92.5 on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 10:30, hosted by me, Josh Barrett, with the Wallingford Broadcasting Studio. The show's called Project Positivity, based around positive living, positive aspects in people's lives, and the great things that My Richmond has to offer. It's a show for all of us, and I think we're really going to enjoy it. Check us out and tune in. Thank you so much.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
At King Brothers Used Cars in Winchester, you don't have to worry about the hassles of dealing with an aggressive salesman. They strive to make you feel comfortable and help you find the car you're looking for at the best price possible. Stop by today and get your key and drive off in a new-to-you vehicle from King Brothers Used Cars on West Lexington Avenue in Winchester, or stop by their Facebook page for updates and their website, kingbrotherscars.com, to check out their inventory. King Brothers Used Cars, family-owned and time-tested since 1966.
There she was. Well, welcome back into the Wallingford Sports Show. We are presented by Vapor Sticks on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Michael Watkins, glad to have you along. Samantha Burford is not with us today, but I want to say thank you to all of our great sponsors. We are live inside the Jack Burford Chevrolet Studios. And earlier today, Austin Hanks and myself went out and talked to the 11th region champions for the first time since 2015. The Madison Central Indians knocking off Scott County in not really a huge upset, but a surprising win for the Indians yesterday, considering that their ace, Jacob Ferris, was no longer able to pitch. He was still on the team, was pretty much relegated to being a base runner. The Indians ranked number 5 in the state. Scott County ranked number 2 in the state, and Scott County had defeated Madison Central earlier this year by a score of 5-1 in a game that was played over in Georgetown. But the Indians were not scared. They went into the ball game. I was there on the call. They got things started early, got 3 runs in the top of the first inning. Ben Snap drove in Logan Thompson to get things started, and Bryce Travis, Cameron Travis, the pitching staff, all those guys pitched in and done their part, and the Indians were able to hold on. It got interesting late. Madison Central knocking off Scott County by the score of 8-6 to win the 11th region championship. They'll be in action on Friday night against Bowling Green over at Whitaker Bank Ballpark. I went and talked to Coach Steve Roof today, and I got his thoughts on the big game for his team and just how how he was impressed by his guys and just how the season kind of played out. And I want to say thank you to Coach Roof for taking the time out of their busy schedule to kind of just get things started for us and go over with us how the season went and how this game played out. So here's Coach Steve Roof. Roof, congratulations on the win. Just talk about this team and what the win means for you and the program.
No question. Thank you. It was definitely a big win. 3 out of the last 5 years we've been in that regional final, and obviously won in 2015. One goal was kind of the motto all year, and it was awesome just to see all the hard work come together and then end on a dog pile after the game.
Well, you look back on this season, you guys have been ranked in the top 10 pretty much the entire year. But what moment stuck out to you as when you thought, okay, this team has what it takes to win a regional championship?
I've been with these guys for 4, some 5 years, coached a lot of them in the summertime. And it really was in the fall when just to watch them work, Keegan and James and Jacob Ferris, and just the way they brought the team in, it was really like I had 9 assistant coaches with all those seniors. I could almost sit back and let them run it. And that was really satisfying to see the leadership skills come out in those guys. So we knew all year that we kind of had we had a shot, or so to speak. We just, some things came together at the end.
When you put the schedule together, obviously you play one of the toughest schedules in the state of Kentucky. Is that kind of a plan going into the year that you want to really test your guys and get them ready for the state tournament?
And no question, I coached with Coach Ward at EKU for 4 years, and he always said you need to play in that game 10 to 12 times, meaning that type of atmosphere, that situation, and just get the kids used to it. And we had games with Lafayette, Lexington Catholic, and PRP at their place was a huge night. So I just thought it got us ready, and that's always the goal going in every year.
You look back on this year, you've had some big moments from pretty much everybody has had a big game for you. Just talk about some of the players that we've seen. Obviously, the 9 seniors, it's good to have them there because they've been through it with you before. You've got Ben Snap, some of the younger kids, Cameron Travis, Bryce Travis. Those guys have had huge games throughout the year. Just talk about some of those kids and some of the moments that you've seen with them this year.
It's been really fun. It's been challenging because we have so many guys that can play. We plug people in left and right, and each time different guys come up big. Like I said, Jesse Cox came in, hit a grand slam. Matt McQueen, the first time we played Woodford, hit a grand slam. Came right off the bench and did that. So obviously you have the starters who have done well. Our pitching staff, we have just thrown different guys out there, and they've all really performed. And it's kind of funny, get who you're going to start, who's going to throw it. And we just yesterday had kind of a plan of using everyone. And fortunately it worked out. Cameron Travis hadn't really thrown a lot recently, but he did a great job all year, and sure enough came right in there and just shut the door down. So it's been a lot of fun.
Jacob Ferris, a kid that everybody around here knows about. He's going to be going to Eastern, but the injury bug the last 2 seasons has bit him. What was it like to see him go out there, and even though he couldn't be, the spot that he would like to be with this team, still go out there and make an impact for you guys?
I've been around a lot of kids. He's one of the most competitive kids I've ever been around in terms of work ethic, leadership, and team skills. So, he had the Tommy John last year, and he worked like crazy in the off season. We're going to win this, and I'm going to get this done for you. And sure enough, he comes back. He played all, half the season in right field, started throwing at Western, hit 92 on the gun when we were at Western Kentucky. And I was like, wow, we got a legitimate shot. So, and obviously one day in BP, he's out there just he's running around getting every ball, 6'6" runner. And I never would have thought he would have got injured running to the wall, but sure enough he did. But, he said, I caught the ball, coach. And I was like, wow. And then, but even then, most of us at that point would maybe feel sorry for ourselves. He just turned the corner and said, I'm going to still help lead this team. If it's base running, I'm going to come out and work on base running every day. So he'll work on slides with his cast or just run the bases there in BP, motivating, just to motivate his teammates. And just really proud and really a special kid.
Going into the game against Scott County, you guys put a plan together, and you kind of knew what Sutton was. You kind of knew how he would be during the game. What was the game plan going in versus him with the lineup and with the pitching staff?
Now Scott County is a great team, and we knew they had a great hitting team and good defense that had been there before. So with Sutton, we saw him earlier in the year up at their place, and he beat us 5-1. And we just kind of learned to be patient. Good plan at the plate, and then get your pitch. So we didn't chase out of the zone. I thought that was crucial. We did the first time we played them. The hitters bought in what Coach Withers and Coach Gross did, talked about the game plan in terms of taking the other way. You heard kind of, the Coxes talking about that. So they executed the game plan well. And then Coach Rigsby on the pitching staff, I thought it was outstanding the way he kept the different guys going, and we've utilized all those guys, and it's been a lot of fun.
When I watched the game, it felt like you guys were a lot more aggressive at the plate, whereas they were sitting back. I don't know if they were expecting you guys to throw the ball out of the zone, but you guys kept throwing strikes, and they were sitting back, taking strikes, getting behind in the count, and then they kind of had to be 2-strike hitters. Was that kind of the game plan going in? You knew they were going to be patient, so you wanted to just throw strikes?
That's really always our game plan, is to attack the zone, compete, throw strikes, and force the action, because we have a great defense. So we just want to limit the walks, and we feel like if the ball's in play, we're going to get it.
Let's look ahead to the state tournament. You've been there before. What did you learn from your first experience there that you can use this time?
There's a lot of things we learned. It's a great experience. It's just something you have to soak in. I was just talking to the guys. This year we have a week to prepare. Last time we played on Saturday and we have to turn around and play back on Monday. So we do have a little bit of time to prepare. We were kind of rushed. We're just going to go business as usual. This team all teams are different. This team has got a little swagger to them, and we're just going to keep doing what we do. You know, there's not a lot of adjustments from the first time.
Talk about what the plan will be this week leading up to the tournament on Friday.
Today off, mental day, just kind of relaxing. Tomorrow we'll practice and go out to eat a little team meal. Wednesday practicing. Thursday we're going to go up and watch a game after we do a short practice. But, you know, our thing is family. At Christmas, the seniors got together, raised money, and we just surprised the family who needed it one night. Wow, okay. It's been stuff like that all year. Bowling tournaments. It's just a close-knit group who love to be together. So we'll keep that family mantra or family idea going and move forward.
All right, Coach. Bowling Green on Friday. That's the first game. What do you know about them heading into the game on Friday night?
You know, I looked at them a little bit last night. A super athletic team, competitive, well coached, and we'll just kind of dive in more this week. You know, it's really not been about the opposing team as much as focus on us. We try to play against the game, you know, like we said, limit the freebies or the walks and the errors and battle at the plate. So we always try to say it's more about us than the opposing team.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the huge win against Scott County. Good luck in the state tournament. We'll be there covering you guys and look forward to hopefully you guys bringing home a state championship.
We appreciate the coverage and just being a part of Madison Central, and look forward to you on Friday night.
There you go. That's Coach Steve Roof from the Madison Central Indians. They'll be taking on Bowling Green on Friday night. Look forward to covering them and hopefully bringing home a state title. That is Coach Steve Roof of the Madison Central Indians. And, guys, it's a great time to go ahead and crown our King Brothers Used Cars Players of the Week. For Estill County, the softball champions of the 14th region, Kaylee Covey, our MVP of the 14th region tournament. She was named 14th region Player of the Year. And today we crown Kaylee Covey of Estill County our King Brothers Used Cars Player of the Week on the softball side. 36 strikeouts during the 14th region tournament. A tremendous tournament for her. Her teammates backed her up when the ball was put in play, but 36 strikeouts in 3 games is pretty daggone impressive. And Kaylee Covey is our King Brothers Used Cars Player of the Week on the softball side. On the baseball side, our King Brothers Used Cars Player of the Week is Ben Snap. Now, Ben Snap, only a junior for Madison Central, 9 seniors on the team, but in the championship game yesterday, Ben Snap got things going early with an RBI single that drove in who was the eventual MVP of the 11th region tournament, Logan Thomason. But Ben Snap, our Player of the Week for the King Brothers Used Cars Player of the Week, he was 3 for 4 in the game yesterday, had a tremendous game behind the plate, blocking balls and preventing pass balls or wild pitches, and he had a single, a double, and a triple, was a home run shy of the cycle, and on his triple, he actually was about 3 feet shy of knocking it over the fence. So Ben Snap is our King Brothers Used Cars Player of the Week on the baseball side. A tremendous game for him yesterday, and a tremendous weekend for us as Estill County and Madison Central both bring home regional championships, Estill County in softball, Madison Central in baseball, and those are our King Brothers Used Cars Players of the Week. And, guys, if you're looking for a new-to-you vehicle, make sure to head on over to King Brothers Used Cars or check out their website, kingbrotherscars.com. We are live on the Wallingford Sports Show presented by Vapor Sticks. Glad to have everybody tuned in. We've got one more commercial break. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, Kentucky. Last Wednesday, we found out who was going to the NBA draft and who was staying. We'll have that info for you when we come back right here on the Wallingford Sports Show.
Madison County is home to the very first vapor store in the state of Kentucky, Vapor Sticks. They sell premium e-liquid from all across the United States. Quality is their guarantee, and they have it. They carry all new products from salt nicotine to the newest and greatest hardware. Vapor Sticks prides themselves on customer service and having low prices. They will price match any vapor store in the state. Never let the fear of starting something new stop you from coming down to Vapor Sticks. They cater to everyone from new users to the veterans. Visit them at 114 Big Hill Avenue or check them out on Facebook. Also, don't forget about their convenient drive-thru. Remember, gifts from Vapor Sticks makes the perfect gift for those loved ones who want to stop smoking for their New Year's resolution.
Okay, I checked out this Chevy Tahoe from Jack Burford Chevrolet. Nice. What? Ooh, this is nice. Nice Tahoe. Ooh, watch this. It even has a backup camera. Sweet. Ooh, no hands. Nice.
Honchels in Irvin is your year-round stop for Carhartt, Izod, Lee jeans and boots. Prepare yourself for hunting season with a huge selection of Carhartt bibs, coats, and other hunting gear. Don't forget about the selection of hunting and work boots from Wolverine, Justin, Rocky, and more. As always, Honchels carries all the latest in Kentucky and Estill Engineer apparel and Skechers and K-Swiss for the little ones. Same great staff, same great personalized service. Honchels on the Richmond Road in Irvin.
Hey guys, it's Josh Barrett here with Josh Barrett & Associates, Keller Williams Greater Lexington. I want to invite you to tune in to our new show on Y92.5 on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 10:30, hosted by me, Josh Barrett, with the Wallingford Broadcasting Studio. The show's called Project Positivity, based around positive living, positive aspects in people's lives, and the great things that My Richmond has to offer. It's a show for all of us, and I think we're really going to enjoy it. Check us out and tune in. Thank you so much.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
At King Brothers Used Cars in Winchester, you don't have to worry about the hassles of dealing with an aggressive salesman. They strive to make you feel comfortable and help you find the car you're looking for at the best price possible. Stop by today and get your key and drive off in a new-to-you vehicle from King Brothers Used Cars on West Lexington Avenue in Winchester. Or stop by their Facebook page for updates and their website, kingbrotherscars.com, to check out their inventory. King Brothers Used Cars, family-owned and time-tested since 1966.
Facebook and like Vapor Sticks on Facebook. And don't forget about the big cloud contest I've got coming up where they'll be judging for the longest and biggest cloud. And you can find out more information on that by checking out Vapor Sticks over on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond, right next door to us. Or you can check out their Facebook page or their website, vaporsticks.net. It is time for the Law Office of Patrick O'Neill Twitter poll. And obviously last Wednesday we found out who from Kentucky that had a decision to make. Are they staying in the NBA draft or are they coming back to Kentucky? And for me personally, I was a little bit surprised at the guys that stayed in and who came out. If you would have asked me last week on the show, I would have said that I thought P.J. Washington was the most likely candidate to go to the draft and that Gabriel and Vanderbilt would be the guys that are coming back. Turns out I would have been completely wrong because Washington comes back, Vanderbilt and Gabriel enter the draft, and on our Law Office of Patrick O'Neill Twitter poll, the question was, after the NBA decisions last week, what player do you think should have stayed at Kentucky that ended up entering the draft? And the options were Jared Vanderbilt, Wenyen Gabriel, Hamidou Diallo, and Gilgeous Alexander. And the runaway favorite right now is Jared Vanderbilt with a 58%. And I agree with that because if you look at the players that are entering the draft, I'm still not sure that any of these guys, even Kevin Knox, who was almost a lock to be in the lottery, will have a big impact in the NBA. But Jared Vanderbilt is a guy that nobody knows about. We know his potential, but I think it's similar to how Diallo was last year in the fact that he did not play any of the year before. Vanderbilt had a couple of games where he flashed some brilliance, but we really don't know what kind of player Jared Vanderbilt is going to be. So he is a 58%, Wenyen Gabriel 26%, 13% for Diallo, and 2% for Gilgeous Alexander. And that is part of our for our Law Office of Patrick O'Neill Twitter poll. If you need legal advice, make sure to get a free consultation courtesy of the Law Office of Patrick O'Neill. You can call 606-666-2990 for a free consultation today. What a jam-packed show. All of our guests, courtesy of Josh Barrett and Associates. I want to welcome everybody that came on. A thank you to Coach Shirley Beard and the Lady Engineers of Estill County for coming on, and a very big thank you to Randy O'Neill for coming on and give us an update on the Belmont Stakes coming up this weekend. Before we go, we do want to say congratulations to Ronnie Francis and George Powell of Richmond. They were the winners of the annual Hanger Cup, the member guest tournament over the weekend. The pair outlasted the winners from 8 flights to take the coveted title, along with a record purse and prizes from the tournament that was held at the University Club at Arlington yesterday. So congratulations once again to Ronnie Francis and George Powell of Richmond on winning the Hanger Cup at the University of Arlington. I'm Michael Watkins, guys. Thanks to our producer, Randy Rosenbaum, and thanks to Austin Hank for his great work today as well. It has been a fun show. Thanks to everybody that was involved. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week on the Wallingford Sports Show.
Okay, I checked out this Chevy Tahoe from Jack Burford Chevrolet. Nice. What? Ooh, this is nice. Nice Tahoe. Ooh, watch this. It even has a backup camera. Sweet. Ooh, no hands. Nice. What? You want a truck? You want a Chevy?
Madison County is home to the very first vapor store in the state of Kentucky, Vapor Sticks. They sell premium e-liquid from all across the United States. Quality is their guarantee and they have it. They carry all new products from salt nicotine to the newest and greatest hardware. Vapor Sticks prides themselves on customer service and having low prices. They will price match any vapor store in the state. Never let the fear of starting something new stop you from coming down to Vapor Sticks. They cater to everyone from new users to the veterans. Visit them at 114 Big Hill Avenue or check them out on Facebook. Also, don't forget about their convenient drive-thru. Remember, gifts from Vapor Sticks makes the perfect gift for those loved ones who want to stop smoking for their New Year's resolution.
At King Brothers Used Cars in Winchester, you don't have to worry about the hassles of dealing with an aggressive salesman. They strive to make you feel comfortable and help you find the car you're looking for at the best price possible. Stop by today and get your key and drive off in a new-to-you vehicle from King Brothers Used Cars on West Lexington Avenue in Winchester, or stop by their Facebook page for updates and their website, kingbrotherscars.com, to check out their inventory. King Brothers Used Cars, family-owned and time-tested since 1966.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Hey guys, it's Josh Barrett here with Josh Barrett & Associates, Keller Williams Greater Lexington. I want to invite you to tune in to our new show on Y92.5 on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 10:30, hosted by me, Josh Barrett, with the Wallingford Broadcasting Studio. The show's called Project Positivity, based around positive living, positive aspects in people's lives, and the great things that My Richmond has to offer. It's a show for all of us, and I think we're really going to enjoy it. Check us out and tune in. Thank you so much.
Ponchels in Irvin is your year-round stop for Carhartt, Izod, Lee jeans, and boots. Prepare yourself for hunting season with a huge selection of Carhartt bibs, coats, and other hunting gear. Don't forget about the selection of hunting and work boots from Wolverine, Justin, Rocky, and more. As always, Honchels carries all the latest in Kentucky and Estill Engineer apparel and Skechers and K-Swiss for the little ones. Same great staff, same great personalized service. Honchels on the Richmond Road in Irvin.